Okay there guys, and yeah, welcome back. We got a little update now. I've got a little update now. I've got all the bits for my Raspberry Pi all delivered and ready to go. So before I connect it all up and plug it all in and take a look at what it looks like when it's running, I thought I'd just do a quick show of the basic components. So I've got a charger. This is an official Raspberry Pi charger. I wanted to make sure and get the right power supply from it. I mean, it only takes 5 volts, 2.5 amps, but I wanted to make sure I've got the right voltage. I really didn't want to risk blowing it up essentially by plugging a random non-branded power pack in there. It's my first one. I've never had one of these things before, so I just playing it safe really. I've got a nice little case for it, so I'm gonna keep it, you know, hopefully a little bit dust free as possible. I'll put it in this little lovely Raspberry Pi case, and this is now I've actually cheated a little bit now. So this is a pre-installed this is the SD card that you get with it. It's a 16 gigabyte SD card, micro SD, and it's got the operating system pre-installed on it. So the operating system that a Raspberry Pi uses is called Raspbian, and you can either download it and install an image called Noobs, which they recommend using if you're a new starter to it, which stands for New Out of Box Operating System. I've kind of cheated and gone for an SD card that they provided that already had the operating system pre-configured. So you literally just plug it in and away you go. So this is the Raspberry Pi itself. Now this is the Model 3, so it's the Raspberry Pi 3. It's the latest version available. Costs about 35 quid, around that. So I'll take you around and show you what it's got. They're the USB ports. The thing about the Raspberry Pi 3 that it has built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity. So that's what makes it more up to date than the previous version, essentially, I guess. That's obviously the Ethernet port. This is for sound and audio. There's your HDMI, so that plugs straight into your TV. That's the micro SD. I think that's the micro SD slot. Let's take a closer look. No, it's not. Sorry, that's the power slot. That's your AC power. Beg your pardon. This is just a boards for extra GPIO devices to plug in. I think where's the memory slot? It kind of goes underneath there. The memory card goes under there. Can you see it? That silver square thing there. That's where the micro SD fits in. So it's a nice compact little system. It's essentially a mini computer. So yeah, you just plug all your bits in and you're ready to go. So what I'll do, I'll just cut to a quick snap and I'll put it in the case and I'll install the micro SD card ready to plug in to the television. So yeah, stay tuned. Back in a sec. Okay, so there's the Raspberry Pi in its case. It was a little bit fiddly, but this white fascia came off. It snaps off, so you can slot it into place nice and simple. And now I think the lid goes on top there, snaps into position, and there's an extra little dust cover hat for it, if you so wish, but we'll leave that off for a second. So I just want to show you the case. It looks quite nice. It gives you access to all the major ports, HDMI, sound, power, and your micro SD under there. Nothing around the back. That's the underneath. It's kind of the size of a mouse. If you kind of think of it like one of those little desktop PC mice, it's kind of the size of that. But yeah, that's it. Looks nice and neat. I don't know why I went for this colour of a case. I'm not really going to have it on display. It's a bit fancy really. I should have just probably gone for a black one, to be honest. But it was the first one that really just popped up on the screen, so I just went for it. see if we can pop this white cover on there. That should snap into place like that, and there we have it. What's also cool, inside came with these 4 little rubber sticky feet, so you can use those and put sticky rubber pads on the bottom there, I guess, to give it more extra grip or whatever. Okay, I'm going to plug in the micro SD card now and connect it to the monitor. Oh, I will need a keyboard, I think, and maybe a mouse. So I'll have to find one of those. Okay. Right, I was going to do a little power on, but it seems like I've connected up the Raspberry Pi with the video into the HDMI into the TV, and it's just powered itself on, really. So sorry, but I guess you kind of missed any kind of boot up screen. It's doing something strange at the moment. Resizing fat partition. I guess that's to do with the memory card. I don't know if I've plugged the memory card in correctly. Maybe I've put it in the wrong way up. But I'll just wait for it to do its thing. And see what... I'll give it a couple of minutes and I'll see what happens. Yeah. Exciting stuff. Stay tuned. Okay, we're on a different screen here now. This is saying Raspberry... Oh, I guess you have to choose... Oh, this is Noobs 2.4. So I have to choose the operating system. I guess I have to choose the top one. So now on the memory card, it's read the memory card and it's seen that the raspbian image is on there. So you have to choose which one to install, I guess. So I don't have a mouse and keyboard. So I'm not going to do any more now. I'm going to get a mouse and keyboard connected. And I'll come back to this bit. So yeah, stay tuned. Okay, cool. Managed to find this funny little USB mouse. So we've hopefully got a bit of movement now on screen. We've got a cursor somewhere. Let's see if we can get into this. There we go. There's the cursor. Right, so I'm going to choose Raspbian and click install. Warning, this will install the selected operating system. See, I thought it was already installed. Well, let's just go for it anyway, as long as it's going to install it. So please wait while software is installed. Okay, so yeah, I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so we are now at 100% install. Raspbian installed, so should start to boot. I've got to click OK, so let's get the mouse. Okay, so I'm gonna click OK to that. And now looks like it's rebooting. And we're away. I think it's loading. Oh, that's nice. Cool. So yeah, got a nice little desktop there. What's this up here? Click open applications. That must be internet. Web browser, file manager, terminal, Wolfram. Don't know what that is. Programming office, internet games. Excellent. So yeah, so Raspberry Pi installed and set up. Now all I need to do now is download, configure and install RetroPie, which is going to be essentially the emulator front end for this. So yeah, happy Raspberry Pi is now all installed and set up. So we're nearly there, we're getting there. Just got to do the RetroPie configuration and install, so I'll do that in another video. But yeah, Raspberry Pi, thanks for joining me. Stay tuned for more updates.